Thank you, Shannon, and thanks to everyone that's joining us today. Shannon mentioned my name is Michael Clark. I'm a managing director at Agilis based in Denver, Colorado, and also a past president of the Conference of Consulting Actuaries, but also a member of the CCA's leadership development community. And it's in that guise that we're doing this interview series. And so I'm really happy, excited to be joined today by Jason Leppin, who's the executive director at the Actuarial Foundation, where he's been since 2015, and he oversees the foundation's operations, working with the Board of Trustees, staff members, and volunteers. And also Jeff Johnson, who is VP of Regulatory Actuarial Policy with Global Atlantic Financial Company, based in Connecticut, and is the current chair of the Board of Trustees for the foundation. So Jason and Jeff, thanks for being my guests today on our interview series.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. It's great to be here.
Jason, let me start with you, just so that people are aware. I want to talk a little bit about the Actuarial Foundation. It'd be great if you could give our listeners a brief history and an introduction to the foundation.
Wonderful. So the Actuarial Foundation really is the only philanthropic organization for the actuarial profession. So we've been around now for nearly 30 years. We're a nonprofit organization. And we use the talents and resources of actuaries to empower American school children with math education and financial literacy. And the last really 5 to 6 years have been a really exciting time for the Actuarial Foundation. We've launched some very innovative new programming, which has allowed for more actuaries to volunteer in our programs and for us to have a greater impact on students.
Excellent. Now, Jeff, how did you get involved with the foundation, and what have you gained by volunteering here?
Well, my involvement with the foundation is really due to and because of my volunteer work. So first, I'm honored to be sharing the board of the foundation, but I have to give due credit to a volunteer experience I had while I was on the board of the International Association of Black Actuaries, and I met Doug French, and that chance meeting some years ago led to an invitation to join the board of the Actuarial Foundation and to begin serving. And in terms of gaining from volunteering, for me, it's not about position. It's really about the mission of the organization and joining hands with others to multiply your efforts for the people that you serve. And for anyone that's considering volunteering or in doubting the benefits of it, I mean, it ranges from growing my own personal and leadership skill set to witnessing and accumulating excellence of those people that I work with, and certainly meeting people that I probably otherwise would not have met, actuaries and non-actuaries, and diversifying, if you will, my actual or virtual Rolodex of individuals that I can call upon to be my additional well of both knowledge and empathy. So those are the things that I really think about in terms of volunteering with the foundation, and certainly around other activities as well.
So Jeff, how many people actually serve on the Board of Trustees for the foundation?
The Board of Trustees is about 30 individuals. And Jason, I know you're on if I misstate that or overstate that. But they really are composed of actuaries and non-actuaries, brought together by the one common theme of really trying to make a difference in the lives of the individuals that the foundation serves. And I'll say that from my perspective, the foundation, the programs that we do, help people feel better about math and actuaries, help people do better at math, help people excel at math and get to college, and ultimately position themselves to really think about and enter into this great actuarial profession that we all know and love.
And Jason, is that, I want to go back to a little bit about why the foundation exists. Because based on what you said, like it's really targeted at younger kids that are not in college yet, right? And is that the end goal, is to try to provide them with some sort of education that's math-based and introduce them to the actuarial profession in hopes that someday, or we might catch somebody at a different point and educate them on what this profession potentially has in store for them?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I would say our focus is not directly on creating more actuaries or really bringing the profession to young people. Our focus really is using the talents and resources of actuaries to impact the lives of students who need math education, who need financial literacy, who are looking for opportunities to advance academically. So we certainly like to see students ask questions about what an actuary is. They get to meet a lot of actuaries who are volunteering in our programs, and so they get to discover firsthand what the profession is about and how somebody actually found their way into the profession and the why. And we do include in a lot of our programming information about actuarial careers, the profession itself. But our real focus is helping kids develop math skills and financial literacy skills that will set them up to be successful in life.
So, I mean, if I were to summarize what you were saying, then the foundation, more than just being philanthropic in nature, in a lot of ways, it's an opportunity for actuaries to be able to give back to their communities in some way, right?
That's right. That's right. And that's really our focus. And so we're super excited about all of the volunteer opportunities that we offer to actuaries. And so we are always seeking people who want to step in and tutor. We offer a free math tutoring program nationwide for students who can't afford tutoring. And as we all know, especially coming out of the pandemic, there's been a huge learning loss, especially around math. And so we're seeing students that are grade level behind, maybe even 2 grade levels behind in math now because of remote learning and the impact that the pandemic had on education, especially for young people in elementary and middle school. So we are very focused on supporting that population of students who don't get as much support in their schools as they really need. And actuaries can volunteer in their own communities, serve directly in a school, maybe close to where they work or where they live, and tutor one-on-one or one-on-two with individual students who are seeking the help, can't afford the help on their own, but really want to be there and they really want to improve their math skills. And so that is a great way to get involved. Become a tutor. You can also tutor virtually with us. You don't have to do it in person. So you could be at home or at the office and tutor virtually 1 hour a week. You might be in Connecticut, but you might have a student in Los Angeles that you're tutoring virtually. We can arrange that. Right now, as we sit today, right now, we're tutoring 700 kids around the country, and we have about 300 actuaries and student actuaries, college age kids, who are volunteer tutors. This time, we fast forward about 4 months from now, we'll have about 2,000 kids that will tutor on a daily basis. So we'll need about 1,000 volunteers every day to serve those kids. So that's a great way to get involved. Some people don't want to volunteer, or maybe it's just not the right time in life for them to do that for whatever reason. So all of our programming is free, but we can only do that with the generous donations that we receive from actuaries and the companies they work for. So another great way to contribute and to give back is to make a donation to the foundation, and any amount is needed, whether it's $10 or $1,000. They all go directly towards our programming and help us support more kids.
So Jeff, let me ask you this. From an actuary standpoint, right? How does somebody get involved with the foundation? Jason obviously was talking about there's opportunities out there. If someone that's listening to our interview today says, "Oh, this is something I'd be interested in," what do they do? Where do they go?
Sure, I think well, clearly Jason and I are both on here today, so feel free to reach out to either one of us directly. The foundation also has a website for those individuals who just want to go to the website and through that vehicle, find out more about our programs and indicate their interest in joining us. And we don't have a slide with the website on it, but the Actuarial Foundation, Jason, the website?
.org, actuarialfoundation.org.
So I was going to say .org.
Yeah.
So going to that website is a great way to access the programs. Certainly from there, you'll also see and hopefully see some familiar faces of individuals who are on the board or volunteering. from the organization. And I say the best advertisement is word of mouth, and certainly everyone on the board and staff is an excellent resource. And so, yeah, the actuarialfoundation.org for the website.
I would also
include
put
that in the show notes as well. Yeah, to make sure that everyone's got that. Go ahead, Jason. Sorry,
Michael, I didn't mean to step on your comments there. I'd also encourage everyone to follow us on social media. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. We post information every day on what's going on around the foundation, around our students, around our programs. So if you just want to stay connected that way, that's a great way to get involved and to learn more about what we're doing and how you might participate.
Jason, let me ask you this too. You mentioned just the sheer number of students that you're able to reach through the foundation's programs. How are you finding them?
Yeah.
Like, what's the process for where you're getting into various communities and being able to identify people that need this type of help and assistance that the foundation can provide?
Yeah, so that happens a couple ways. For example, Hartford, Connecticut is a city where we have a huge number of Math Motivators programs running in pretty much all the schools in Hartford. And that happened with volunteers in Hartford who started just going school to school and promoting the program to teachers and administrators at those schools. And then we were invited in. What happens in a lot of cases is actuaries come to us and say, I live in this community. How do I get a program started there? And so we have staff that will support volunteers who want to help start a program in whatever city. That's for Math Motivators. Our other programs, we do a lot of marketing directly to educators, school guidance counselors. So we have a competition for middle school kids that we market directly out to middle school teachers around the United States. We have a competition called Modeling the Future Challenge for high school age students. Again, we target educators and high school guidance counselors to inform them about our program. And we do the same with our scholarship program. We have a new program called STEM Stars, which is a scholarship program for African-American and Latino students, high school juniors and seniors, where they can join our STEM Stars program, earn a $5,000 a year scholarship, but they also get partnered and paired with actuary volunteers who are going to serve as their mentor, as their coaches. And we have a corporate advisory council that helps support those students through their college career with early internship opportunities, job shadowing, mentoring volunteers from those companies to help those students learn about the profession and what actuaries do in these companies. So for us, we do a lot around marketing. We do a lot of promoting of our programs directly to educators. We're very fortunate to have some wonderful partnerships also with Scholastic Inc., the education publisher, College Greenlight. We partner with a lot of other nonprofit organizations in various communities, and those organizations promote our programs to their students who they're also supporting. So it takes a real team effort to get the word out there. It is a lot of word of mouth amongst actuaries as well, which we love. And we also, we attend a lot of actuarial industry meetings. And at those meetings, folks have an opportunity to talk directly with us and talk about their ideas or how they would like to help us bring a program to the city where they work or to the company that they work for.
Excellent. No, it sounds awesome. And I love the reach. And I love the fact, as you mentioned, Jason, that reach continues to grow, obviously, as you've got more and more students that you're able to help and provide this kind of assistance to. That's great.
It does.